All right, here we go. Another edition of Inside LSU Women's Basketball. Mike Scarborough here with Emily Ward. And LSU gets bounced out of the SEC tournament in the semifinals against Texas. But it was a hard-fought game and really, I think, afforded themselves very well, despite not having Flau'jae and Aneesah going out early in the game and really gave Texas all they wanted. Could have won that game. And so I think that was probably the right place to be. As far as your exit from the SEC tournament, you're going to be a 3 seed no matter what. We find out Sunday night what the bracket's going to be. I know Coach Mulkey was on local radio Tuesday morning and said that she expected to be paired up in Spokane rather than Birmingham as a 3 seed. I think that's what Charlie Cream's saying nationally. So we can talk about that and a lot more. But Emily, your thoughts on what you saw and where this team's heading. Did you gasp and just said, "Oh no," when you saw Aneesah go down in that one? Because that did not look good.
Yeah, like I said last week, the most important part of the SEC tournament is coming out healthy. And when she went down, I was like, nope, this cannot be another Alexis Morris, Kim's first year. This cannot be happening. Luckily, I'm pretty sure she's going to play, and it was nothing super major. I also know Aneesah's very tough and will not miss the NCAA unless she absolutely cannot play. But yeah, I think the bench did a fantastic job stepping up in the game versus Texas. They gave the number 1 seed a run for their money, or I guess 2 in the SEC. Or is Texas still 1 in the country? I don't know. Anyway, I thought they played a great game. Of course, you would want to go on for the championship, but I think that just gave them an extra rest and recovery. And I'm not super. Obviously, I wanted them to win, but I'm not super upset about them losing that way.
No. It's again, I agree with Coach Mulkey when she talks about the importance of it. I don't think had LSU made it to Sunday and lost, it would have changed anything. They're going to be a 3 seed.
Yeah.
And so a hard-fought loss with your 2 best players not playing, that's just fine. Get home and get healthy.
Yeah.
And I think the most important thing from that day was for her to come out in the post game and say it was nothing major with Aneesah, and that both her and Flau'jae will be ready to go for the first round game. So, but you brought up Alexis Morris and that injury. We talk a lot about that first year under Coach Mulkey. Had she not gotten hurt, Ohio State doesn't beat y'all in the second round. Had Alexis Morris had another year of eligibility, I think last year's team could have won a national championship. And that's kind of what's ailed this team, right? Point guard. And I think a lot of people, you and I were talking about it before we went live, a lot of people are kind of unsure or how far this team's going to go. And a lot of it's what you and I talk about each and every week. It's point guard play and having some spurts of where it looks strong, and then Miracle Shepherd. I see Miracle Shepherd come in the game, really do some nice things, and then she'll dribble the ball off her knee out of bounds. It's like you're waiting for somebody to break through and get over the hump, right?
Yeah. I think with Miracle, I think she does all the quote-unquote dirty work, like go in there. She gets, at least 3 rebounds, 4 rebounds a game with her height. But like you said, it's all in the point guards and our turnovers. We have to really control those and limit them. And I'm not saying you're going to have a perfect game, because that's just not going to happen. But if you can make it to where your turnovers are limited and they're forced turnovers, you're not just turning it over because we messed up. You're actually turning over because of the other team. Then I think that'll help a lot for sure.
All right, 53449. Hit the like button, everyone. Dr. John Sibley Butler, congratulations on a great season and a number 3 seed. Dr. Butler, Emily, is both a LSU and a Texas grad. And so he pulls for both teams. So,
well, hopefully he pulled for LSU last week.
I'll let Dr. Butler explain how he does that each LSU Texas game. Mike Kim's best player is Mikaylah Williams, not Johnson or Morrow. I know you'd like to tackle that one.
I love all three of them. I've known Mikaylah.
Always the diplomat.
Well, I've known Mikaylah since she's been like a 6th or 7th grader because we grew up in the same town. Of course, I love Flau'jae. I got to play with her. Morrow's a beast. I think that, and I know Kim has said this a lot of times, but I think Mikaylah doesn't get the attention she deserves because
She's
Flau'jae
right.
and Aneesah are on the team. I think if it was just her, she would be up for a lot of the top honors. But like I think Kim said in one of her press conferences, like they don't want to put 3 people from LSU on the like the award list or anything like that. So I do think she gets chipped, and I think Mikaylah has a fantastic one-on-one game. She's she can shoot the 3, she can do a layup, she can do a mid-range. It is hard to guard her. I don't know, I think all of them bring their own greatness to the court. It's kind of hard. I mean, I guess Mikaylah and Flau'jae play the same position, but it's kind of hard to pinpoint Mikaylah versus Aneesah Morrow because they're 2 different positions. So I think they all play very well together, which sometimes doesn't happen when you have 3 stars. But yeah, I think they all have been playing with each other long enough to where they know each other's strengths and when to pass it to each other.
Hakeem Batiste, Jada needs more time on the floor, and we get this every week, don't we? Unfortunately, Wolfenbarger is playing out of position. She's a wing, actually, not a post player. And number 23 needs a lot of confidence and help now. We get the Jada restart all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to see her some more. But I'm going to ask you, is Jada Richard a point guard?
Yeah. I think she is 100%. I think she's probably, besides Alexis Morris, probably like the strongest point guard at LSU. That's a very bold statement of me to say, but I feel like she is a true point guard. Like,
Okay.
I know Mikaylah can play point guard, but she's better on the wing. I feel like Jada is definitely a point guard position.
Because sometimes I watch Jada, and it looks to me, and maybe it's just can be because maybe she's in the game with another guard, but I tend to think that she seems to be in her movement more like she might be more natural as a wing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
she's a scorer.
Yeah, because she does pass it up the court very quickly. Like during not even fast breaks, but just like when they get the ball out, Kim wants them to push very fast. So I think Jada does a great job at getting it up the floor. Yeah, I don't know. I mean I could definitely see her playing the wing, but I feel like once she gets the point guard position down, she's gonna be fantastic. She's gonna be great.
It's going to be a very interesting transfer portal. I'm not skipping ahead, but I tend to think what's coming.
Long term, yeah.
Yeah. And as being a football recruiting guy for 30 years, I'm always looking at the roster and what's coming and what's it could be very interesting about what they're going to go for in the portal. I'm told 3 to 4 players. And I think you got to go for a point guard, even though Jada Richard is a point guard, right? You still got to go point guard, and you need to go big.
Yeah, I would say those are the 2. I feel like we're okay on the wing. I mean, you're bringing in 4 freshmen, I think, maybe, or maybe not 4, but you're bringing in a few freshmen. 3. Yeah, you're losing 4 players. So you're kind of at the place where you're at the same number right now, but then I know that this year they didn't hit the 15 mark. So you do have room for the transfer portal if you wanted to. So I think it'll be very interesting. Definitely, I think a point guard, just so, I mean, if Jada is a starting point guard, you get in foul trouble, you can't play the whole game, just to have an extra person, extra body. And then, yeah, I think you go big because you're losing more too.
Let me ask you this. Have you watched any of Caroline Bradley's video? Have you seen her as a player?
I've seen like very little clips. Nothing like crazy.
I mean, you played basketball through high school. Her as a 10th grader, what might she be? What is the difference between her as a 10th grader? It just turned 16
Mm-hmm.
and being a senior and coming in as a freshman. What's going to be the biggest jump? Do you know what the
Um,
what's typical going from a sophomore to a senior? Like
like
what?
in high school.
Yeah,
Um, I just think your strength gets you just get stronger as you grow.
right.
Because you play at the same pace all throughout high school, whether you're a freshman or a senior. But I feel like you just start to grow into your body. I mean, this is very similar with boys, probably even more with guys. But with girls, like I just remember looking at pictures from my freshman sophomore year, and I look like a baby compared to my senior year. And like now, I look back and I still feel like I was young. But I just think you get stronger and you just learn the game more. You start to get familiar and confident with all the plays that you have for your high school team, that kind of stuff. And then the jump from high school to college is the pace. And I mean, it's the strength too, but really the pace. You
Well,
go
but
in
did
college.
you have any teammates that actually got taller from 16 to 18, 19?
Oh, I was one of those people. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I
So,
was probably like I mean I was always tall, probably like 5'9" freshman year.
okay.
Yeah, freshman high school. Then I jumped to 5'11", and then now I technically I'm still the same height, but everyone's like you just look like you're taller just because I've grown into my body more. Just from like senior year of
And
high
and
school
and, and,
to
that, and
at
that can
LSU.
be just your silhouette and your shoulder width and all that. It can
Mhm.
add to
Yeah.
the perception that. But you're saying you and Aneesah Morrow about the same height?
Yeah. I think she's a little bit taller than me, but not by more than 2 inches, I would say. Maybe probably just like
Okay.
one.
Well, it
So,
depends
but
on the
yeah,
hair that
she,
night.
yeah, that's true. My hair's
I love what
always
she
crazy. I
does.
mean, it's crazy when I finish working
I'll
out.
give her a
But
comment every now and then. I like what she does. It's fun.
her
Um,
hair. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
She has fun with
Let's
it.
get. Yeah, she does. And what's great about it is she does what she does and has fun with it, and just the production out of her. It's.
Mm-hmm.
I say it all the time. I mean, people are going to realize how important she was when she's gone.
Oh
And
yeah.
you know, a lot of people know how it is, but man, you don't replace her.
Mm-mm.
Um, just a great player.
Yeah.
Ike Wilson, Mikaylah Williams doesn't step up when they play top tier teams. She struggles. Look, was it against Alabama where she drove into the paint and to try
Yeah.
and that's just not her play.
Mm.
Just like I don't think it's KG's play to go dribbling into the paint. That's a turnover every time.
Yeah.
Uh, Mikaylah is an outside pull up for an 8-10 footer or a 3-pointer.
Mm-hmm.
She um, I think once she gets in traffic, I mean seriously, I think the only players that you're really comfortable with maybe taking a few bounces in the paint and doing well in traffic are Flau'jae and Aneesah.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think with Mikaylah, um, when the games are tough, Mulkey gets the ball in her hands because she's a great player and she's smart with the ball. So it
Yes.
might seem like she is struggling, but I think it's literally just because at every point in the game they're trying to get the ball to her. And she tries to make things happen. You can't I mean, I feel like the ratio from her turning it over to shooting and scoring is not that bad. Yeah, I just think Mulkey has a lot of trust in her. I mean, I trust her to shoot that outside jumper. I mean, she is dominant on that outside jumper. That one dribble pull up, she's got that down. So, yeah.
And Morrow's deadly on the 5-6 footer as well, not just the
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's gotten a
garbage
lot
off the
better.
glass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They've worked on
Um,
that with her.
Hakeem Batiste, Jada Richard is also very aggressive on defense. She is a good
Mm-hmm.
two-way player, or will be at least. Look, she's got. Look, we also forget not only talking about Jada being a true freshman, but we forget that Mikaylah is only a sophomore. You know, we talk about her like she's a senior.
Yeah.
She's going to hit a couple of game winners before it's all said and done.
Oh yeah. I'm excited to watch Jada these next few years and just watch her grow and learn, and I think she's going to be good. I know she's going to be good.
Yep. Dykes Electric, everybody. They're the official electrical company of TigerBait.com. And so no matter big or small your electrical needs may be, Dykes is wired for success. If you need a new 10-story office building, they can wire that. A 200,000 square foot warehouse that you need built, they can wire that. Expanding your existing commercial building, they can wire that. Changing out a breaker, whole electrical panel, upgrading the old lighting in your home or office, or just a receptacle in your home or office, they can wire that. Give them a call today at the number on your screen, 225-216-9180 for a free estimate on your project. Make sure to let them know TigerBait sent you in, and locally owned and operated, a great Louisiana company, huge LSU fans, and they're proud, and we're proud to have them as a sponsor of all our live shows on TigerBait.com. Let's dive in here. Are you going to go Sunday night to the? Are you going to be?
Yep.
All right.
I plan on it.
Yeah, those are always kind of fun.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be real interesting. I think there's man, I'm a broken record, but there's a lot of parallels to that first Mulkey team, because I think they're going to send a strong team in here for that possible second round game.
Oh,
they're going to put Kim Mulkey with the toughest whatever seed that is for that second round game.
Yeah, it's like, I think
it's going to be a war
or 7, 6.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember what Michigan was. Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be.
What was Ohio State? Yeah, Ohio State.
5.
Ohio State ended up going with the Elite Eight that year, or were they a Final Four team?
No, they were Elite Eight. Wait.
Elite Eight.
Yeah, I think Elite Eight. Yeah. I want to say Michigan was a 6 or an 8. One of those two, I think. But yeah, I think it'll be a hard draw.
Hakeem Batiste, I need 2 more bigs in the portal this offseason. Knox is 6'2", but she is a 3-year on the floor, not a true big. They really have a great recruiting class coming in. Kalen Rice and Coach Reedus and the whole staff, Kim Mulkey. And that was something, I was I asked one of the coaches, Kalen Rice, about, did that last year's high school haul not having, it was only a transfer portal class in Jada. You had one high school signee, if that hurts. And I think that's what they think is kind of going to be the ebb and flow of recruiting from year to year, where you have a strong high school class, and which is this year's class. Next year, maybe have 1 or 2 high school, and then it's more portal. I think that might be probably what it looks like from here on out.
Yeah, I think the first few years you can't really base it off of, because Kim was so new. So of course you had transfers, and you had, I want to say Monty was no, there might have been another freshman. I get my teams confused, but that was already, I know Monty came in when Kim said she was coming to LSU, Kim brought her. But now you're getting into, I mean, I guess I was technically the last person that was not Kim's player. So yeah, I think recruiting is, you kind of bounce back and forth of what you need, and going in high school kids, because they start recruiting them young, 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade, and then they watch them that whole time. So I'm excited to start seeing the flow of it.
I heard that they're working on a really nice recruiting event sometime this summer that'll be a first, and so I'm not going to get ahead of that one, but they're doing some really unique things. And again, that's where Bayou Traditions also comes into play. Yeah. You got to get over to Bayou Traditions, and NIL is a bigger deal. These coaches, regardless of sport, they head into a season thinking that they've got what they need, and then they realize that the going rate's 30% more than they thought. And so, yeah. All right. This offense also needs to open up the paint by attempting more three-point shots. Today's basketball, you got to play outside in. Chicago Cheetah, a healthy LSU team, is a great team. And, yeah, got a lot of comments here. Everybody, please, if y'all enjoying the show, please hit that like button. If you hadn't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, notification bell as well. Clary Fennell, Mulkey has to develop players earlier in the season so they can gain experience. Well, Clary, I mean, man, you look at some of those box scores and what some of those. I mean, she was playing just about everybody for the first couple of months. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of those players did get a lot of playing time. In fact, you go look at Jada Richard's numbers, minutes in December. She was getting so many minutes, you were starting to wonder, hey, is she going to be more of a factor? You know, and of course, she ended up not being, and it's kind of been a topic on this show every week. But I think a lot of the bench players got a lot of minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's when Kim in the preseason games or pre-SEC games, that's when Kim plays the majority of the team. She figures out who plays well together, their positions, stuff that she needs to tweak. I mean, we practice 4 hours every day. We scrimmage on Saturdays versus each other. I mean, we do not leave the PMAC or the floor at all. And we split in guards posts. Guards go on one side, posts go on the other. She'll have like individual drills for each person. I mean, they are very technical and like whatever, very individualistic. Is that a word? Individual, whatever. They like focus on one player, and if that person needs to work on that, then they're gonna work on that. So yeah, I think some coaches don't play as many people in the pre-SEC games, but I think Kim and her staff do a great job at doing that and just seeing what flows, getting people their playing experience, that kind of stuff.
All right, Emily, give us what this week has been like. What is this week in between the end of the SEC tournament and you don't have an opponent? And certainly in LSU's case right now, you have a couple of injured players that you need to get healthy. What do they do this week? Is it a pullback week where you maybe get an extra day off and maybe concentrate more on schoolwork, get your legs back underneath you? What goes on between the end of Saturday night, get home, and Sunday night in the selection show?
Yeah, they probably, I don't really remember like the specific day and that kind of stuff, but from what I can kind of remember, I guess no. They lost Saturday, so they probably came back Sunday, had off Sunday, maybe off or probably
Hold on,
off Monday.
Real quick. When you lose that game on Sunday, is there any film breakdown after that, or y'all just flush it?
No.
It's gone.
Unless they did it this. I remember when we lost to Tennessee, there was nothing.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but they probably have. They've probably done. No, you're good. They probably have done it throughout the week. I don't know if that is more as like they took a whole day as a team to do that, or if they like just took the post players and did it. That kind of stuff. They probably had team practices. They probably didn't go crazy hard. Maybe if they did, it's one day. But they probably did a lot of individual skills, like having like two post players at a time go and work out for a little bit, and then maybe an hour later the guards come in and they do a workout. So we do that a lot too, where it's like half the guards will go at one time, half are right after them, and you just work on like certain things that one group needs, and then you'll do the post players, so that kind of stuff. So I feel like it's a lot, like you're doing team workouts, but it's a lot of individual stuff too. So but I think once they figure out who they're playing and when they're playing, you might have like one or two hard days in there, but nothing like the preseason. I mean, it'll be hard, but hard for this time of the season.
Well, and that's I'm typically the guy in the media room that will ask Kim a question along those lines because she talks about tournament time and getting through, you know, March and it being wearing on a team, and so I'll be usually say, do you pull back? Do you give them an extra day off? I'll probably ask a question along those lines every year, probably.
Yeah.
But do you ever feel is that something that they do where they say, like, this team might need a lighter day than we had planned, or?
Oh yeah, I feel like sometimes you'll go in there and well, I say she'll have like a hard game plan or practice plan, and then if we're not in that right mindset or doing it right, then she'll just get mad. But I feel like they've all kind of been doing that enough to where if they need to adjust it, then they can, or they have it before
Well,
practice.
as a former player, I bet you she has fantastic intuition as to.
Yes. Sorry, my dog.
See, that was not a bath mat just laying on her bed. That was actually her fur baby.
Yes, that was my dog.
What is a Labradoodle or Golden Doodle?
She's a golden doodle and an Aussie doodle mix, so a double
Okay.
doodle. So and
Yeah,
then she's about to come jump back. Yep.
I
don't know
have.
if you can hear my roommate in the back, but I can go tell her.
You can book it. Our dogs will make their appearance known at least every other show.
Yes.
All good.
Wait, hold on. Let me
let's
tell her to be quiet real quick. Hold on. I'm putting you on mute. Hold on.
All right, go ahead. That's too awesome.
Okay.
All right.
We're good.
Big Four, let's go. 80-51 Mississippi State. Yeah. LSU men in the SEC tournament.
I forgot they were playing.
Stephen Urkel, Flau'jae, and Miracle at the top in a 2-3 zone.
They actually did not do bad in the 2-3 in the last game. I was kind of shocked because Kim is not a 2-3 coach.
So she was out last week due to a death to a dear close friend, and Coach Starkey took over. So was he like doing like this? This is my opportunity to do some zone. Is that what happened?
Probably. And Kim will tell you, like, when we practice the 2-3, she just kind of like just go out there and do your best. Yeah, she's like, and she'll tell you, she's like, I'm not really a good 2-3 coach. Like, I'm better man to man. I can definitely see Starkey being like, hey, if we need to, we're gonna pull this out. But yeah, 2-3 is easy to play when everyone's on the same page, but it's also very difficult when you're playing in college because pretty much everyone can shoot from the outside.
Yeah. Well, I think isn't that one of the things that Kim joked about when she first got the job? She mentioned that she rarely played zone, but she used it against LSU when Baylor beat. Yeah.
Yeah, in the Final Four games or two, whatever it was. Yeah, the Final Four. I think.
I think she well knows that it can be useful. Yeah.
I remember her first year. She threw in a 3-2, and we played that. Yeah, Mulkey does not like zones. Yeah. But we played a 3-2. I can't remember what team it was, and we won. Surprisingly, they just kind of went out and just did whatever. But
the zone worked, but they got rebounded though because Morrow got hurt. Let's see. I think I missed a few. Let me scroll up. Yeah, Chicago Cheetah. We've got some great recruits coming. Yeah, absolutely. And let's see. Yeah, Fire 3449, Mike. If this show gets more likes than Preston, so you should needle him about it. Well, this show certainly has already got more likes than Preston's show, and then I'll wake up the next morning and read all the comments, and it's all love letters to Emily. I always feel like I'm wallpaper on this show, but that's good. All right, let's see.
Hey, without you, there wouldn't be a show.
Yeah, there you go. Stephen Urkel playing starters 38 minutes man-to-man every game, going to lead to injuries.
I think,
Man, Morrow's logged some minutes, huh?
yeah.
I'd like to know what the breakdown is of her minutes. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and I like and I wonder if at DePaul was she logging those types of minutes for
Yeah.
them as well.
I don't
So
know.
you think over her career, I mean, she hardly leaves the game sometimes. I
Yeah.
mean, you look at the box score and it says 40.
Yeah, I think with him and her man to man, it is a lot and it does take a toll on your body. Definitely. And I was never the one that played every single game all 40 minutes. So I kind of have a different perspective. But you also run a lot in the preseason games, in the preseason months. I remember one time we used to have like heart monitors, so check our heart rate, like how many steps we took, or like how far we ran, all of that. And Kayla Pointer, actually, the point guard from Mulkey's first year, she ran 7 miles in one practice. So you're running a lot in those games, but you also have been running just as much for the last few months. So it does play a toll on your body, but you're also kind of just used to it.
So after games, after a while, you realize when you start saying, "Hey, let's all go out."
Yeah, no, we were dead after games. Yeah.
Yeah,
We didn't really do that.
yeah. Nobody's asking Aneesah to let's go out and after the game,
Yeah.
and she's
Mm-mm.
ready to find a bed and crash.
Yeah. Well, especially because you do treatment and cold tubs, hot tubs, and everything after the games too. So you're really not leaving until like an hour after the game ends. Probably more because you have media and that kind of stuff. So it's late.
Well, I think as a veteran and the number of minutes she logs, and she kind of addressed it about how she had some knee injuries before she arrived at LSU, and maybe one of them was in high school. I don't know the time frames of them, but I think she obviously learned first of all the nutrition, how to take care of her
Mm-hmm.
body, because even though she logs those minutes, uh, she's not going to be one that's grabbing on her shorts and bent over and
Yeah. Mm-mm.
saying, take me out."
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
No, yeah.
she's prepared for those 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
and that's what an older player knowing what to do and how to take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So I think another strong show. We'll do another one next week. But everything happens Sunday night. I think we kind of know what's coming.
Yeah.
3 seed. I think they're going to send a strong team for a second round opponent, and then from there, everybody agrees with Coach Mulkey when she thinks she's going to be sent out west, and but would so love for that to get turned on its head and them actually have Birmingham. I don't know if that's even a glimmer of hope, but uh, I think they'll still have a nice contingent to head out west, but it won't be as much as if it was in Birmingham.
Yeah. Yeah. I think um I think LSU travels well no matter really where we are. I guess we haven't necessarily gone that far before. But I feel like some of the states over there, probably like California, I know has a ton of LSU fans. Some states over there closer. Yeah, I think there will be a good amount of people. And I think too it depends on who we play.
And now that you need to get
Because
out there, I don't even know. I'd have to go look up elevation and all that stuff.
yeah, it does. That
You got
makes a
to
big I forgot about that. It does.
right. So they're
It
going to need
yeah.
to get out there as early as possible. If that, with the elevation. Um,
Yeah. We played in Vegas with Fargus. I think that was my freshman year. And it was very difficult to adjust to it. Like even I mean we were there for like a week or like a few days or like 5 days and then by the last day we were still having a hard time adjusting. So it definitely makes a big difference.
well, what was the game last year? The opener out west.
Oh yeah, that was Vegas. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or was it Denver?
Or Denver? Oh, they played Colorado State, maybe.
Was it Colorado? They
Colorado,
lost.
one of those. Yeah, I think it was
The
Colorado.
opening. Yeah.
It was. Was it in Colorado?
Was it Vegas? Where was that game?
We need the comments. I think they
You're
played
supposed to be.
Colorado in Vegas, I think is what it was.
Yeah, play Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in Vegas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I didn't even. I'm just now thinking, was that a factor in that game?
Probably, yeah.
Right.
I'm not even gonna say probably. It definitely made a difference. Yeah.
Okay. I just. I'm thinking about elevation, and I don't know that Spokane is like playing in Denver, but we know NBA players always talking about playing the Nuggets, and
yeah.
So. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Well, another one in the books. Anything you want to add on the way out?
I don't think so. I'm just excited to see who they play. Like we kind of have said every week for the NCAA, you got to all be healthy and you got to have a good draw. So I feel like as long as, I mean, we're all healthy now, hopefully, or I know that Kim said with Aneesah and Flau'jae. So hopefully that's good. And then you just got to have a good draw and hope teams beat other teams, have some upsets.
I'm looking at your dog back there flopping around and living it. Awesome.
She
all right.
loves the bed.
Uh-huh.
I don't ever have the heart to pick her off, too.
No. That's where they belong. All right. Great show. We'll do another one next week. And thanks for all y'all tuning in. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. And talk to you next week, Emily.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Good night.
Good night.